Okay, so picture this. Cartman wakes me up at 3 a.m. wearing a tiara, shouting, "Dude, I found Meghan Markle's deleted past." I was like, "Cartman, what the hell are you doing in my room?" And he's like, "Shh, Stan, I'm manifesting." Then he pulls out a dusty VHS tape labeled Royal Highness, Take 1, and sticks it in my dad's old VCR. And there she is, little Meghan Markle, wearing a Burger King crown and ordering her friends to call her Queen Meggles. I turned to Cartman and went, "What the hell is this?" And Cartman goes, "The origin story of a grifter, bro." So apparently, before Meghan was crying on Netflix and trademarking the word authenticity, she was this Hollywood climber with a manifest board thicker than Butter's retainer. Kenny found a blog post she wrote when she was 11 that said, "When I'm rich and famous, I'll make this school proud." Kyle was like, "Bro, who makes PR promises before puberty?" Then Cartman finds her deal or no deal clips and screams, "I knew it! She's briefcase, bae!" He makes us pause every frame and shout, "Duchess!" every time she appears. Kenny just kept laughing and mumbling something about briefcase to broadcast. We start connecting the dots. Like she didn't just become royal overnight. There were yachts, there were vision boards, there were parties with red carpets and quote-unquote humanitarian lighting. Butters was like, "Wait, she was on General Hospital?" And Kyle goes, "Yeah, playing patient number 3's clipboard girl." Then we find footage of Meghan doing fake crying acting classes. And I was like, "Hold up, this is how she trained for Oprah." Cartman starts mocking her. "I just feel so deeply..." Wait, which eye do you want the tear on? Then Kyle finds an old version of her Wikipedia page that listed her as a model and soap actress. And right before she met Harry, boom, someone edits it to say humanitarian. We were like, dude, she rebranded herself harder than Cartman's failed chicken franchise. So apparently, Meghan shows up at this elite Istanbul Soho House event in 2015. And guess who's there? Prince Harry, 2 days early on a so-called tour. Cartman starts pacing like a crime show detective. It was a trap. She baited him with roasted chicken and lip gloss. Kenny nods and holds up a toy tiara. We find a Soho House seating chart that placed Meghan right next to Misha Nonu, the designer married to one of Harry's best buds. Kyle's like, "This wasn't fate, this was networking in heels." Then Meghan does a podcast where she says she cried into a bowl of quinoa, and we're like, what is it with her and crying into food? Cartman yells, "She's a pathological Pinterest board with tear ducts." And then, the bombshell. A photo of Meghan at 15, posing in front of Buckingham Palace. Kyle loses it. She knew. She had a royal vision quest at age 12. So we start calling this the Royal Ruse timeline. Meghan gets a wine blog, calls it the TIG, and starts interviewing chefs she clearly wants to date. Kenny pulls up a post called "How Chicken Changed My Life." I was like, did the chicken also ghost your ex-husband? Then we found the FedEx story. Meghan allegedly mailed back her wedding ring to her first husband. Butters started crying. Cartman laughed for 10 minutes straight. She prime shipped her marriage back like it was a broken NutriBullet. Oh, and then she shows up at the UN Women's Conference giving a speech that kind of sounds like Eleanor Roosevelt's. Because yeah, turns out some of it was. Kyle pulls up side-by-side quotes and goes, "This isn't empowerment. This is Ctrl+C feminism. And don't even get me started on the bath salt scandal." Meghan releases this signature soak on her show, and next thing we know, some lady in Maryland ends up with burns. Cartman's like, "Bruh, how do you botch lavender?" So now Meghan's out here doing motivational interviews with people who cry when someone compliments their scarf. Kenny played one and counted how many times she said authentic in under 5 minutes. It was 17, I swear. Then Meghan says she writes daily emails to her kids so they know how loved they were. I was like, lady, your kids are gonna be 18 and buried under 40,000 unread emails titled Mommy's Vibes. Finally, Kyle points out Meghan's gift basket to a friend had a card that said, "With compliments from Her Royal Highness." But like, she got that title revoked. Cartman's like, "That's like me signing my text, Eric of Snacklandia." And that's when we realized her past wasn't deleted. It was just carefully photoshopped. From game show model to lifestyle empress, Everything was designed, even the crying. Cartman's planning a new docuseries called The Duchess Downloaded. I told him, dude, you're obsessed. And Cartman just turned to me and said, Stan, the crown was always part of the code. So yeah, if you made it through that royal roller coaster without gagging on overpriced bath salts, props to you. I told Cartman, maybe we shouldn't be watching other people's lives like a Netflix train wreck. And Cartman was like, too late, I already pre-ordered season 2 of Crying into Chicken. So smash that like button faster than Meghan edits her Wikipedia page. Drop a comment if you'd FedEx your ex's ring too, and hit subscribe before Kenny gets sued by a lifestyle brand called As If. I'm Stan Marsh. See you next scandal.